Welcome to the Not Superheroes Just Dads podcast. No, we can't fly. No, we can't shoot lasers or pick up giant buildings. But what we can do is help set the foundations for our families, be present for our kids, and come back generational cycles. On this podcast, we dive into everything dad related, from the struggles we deal with as fathers to what our favorite thing to barbecue is. Hello, I am Sean Laurie. I hope you guys are doing well today. Man, before we start, of course, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you tell a friend. And I actually want to tell you guys, at times I do those proud dad moments, right? And so I actually have a proud dad moment for myself that I want to share with you guys. And that's actually that my son and my oldest son and my youngest daughter, they got their, progress report. And my daughter has A's and B's, so I'm excited about that. And then my son, he has straight A's, right? And so that's and he did that I think last semester too, or last year, whatever, as well. So it's just crazy, just seeing that and him really being like a leader, and then like because of that, like his younger sister, right, is trying to do what she see Big Brother do. So that's my proud dad moment. So I definitely just had to give them some love, give them a shout out. Now, with that being said, you guys might remember him before. I have my boy Jawan on. How you doing, my guy?
I'm well. I'm blessed, sir. I appreciate you having me on. Sorry, I'm moving. Let me move to this mic. But yeah, man, I'm glad to be here. Doing well. As I said, in terms of I'm gonna start with the spiritual. Definitely spiritually, my spiritual fitness level is increasing. Physically, I'm working on some things. Like I know we all it's 2025. A lot of us are fasting. A lot of us are cutting back on things. And a proud dad moment I have is cutting back on the how I address my children, which is one right here. He's bothering my ring light right now. My 2-year-old son. Y'all may have remembered him from the other episode, but yes, I'm Jawan, and yes, just being mindful. Sometimes you can just allow your kids to be them, and that's something I'm trying to learn to do better at. Not necessarily letting them get away with things, but just be mindful of how they think and how they feel. You seeing me for the first time today, and here I am. Put this away, do this or that, and they're like, "Whoa, Dad, hold on." So I'm doing better with that, and that's just something I'm fasting from myself. So I appreciate you asking. How about yourself, man? Sean, good to see you. We talk all the time, y'all. So this is my brother for real. So
Yeah, no, I'm good, bro. Shoot, adversity always pops up.
of
As for
course,
all of us as men, as fathers, right? We gonna come with some type of adversity, but overall, bro, I'm good. I'm. It's one of those things. You have those moments, and then you kind of refocus. Like, all right, man, is it really a big deal? Nah, it's not, right?
yeah,
So, so
sure,
just
sure,
locking in. But
absolutely.
overall, man, I'm good, man. And so, I actually wanted to talk about something that I feel like we both would have fun with this, and I think it could
Yeah,
be helpful. And that's more so just looking back, because we're in our late 30s now. Depressing. I'm just kidding.
yeah.
But no, we're older, we're mature
I
and
say
things
we
like
don't look it, but
yeah,
I claim it
yeah, yeah.
for
That's a
sure.
good thing, right? Black don't crack, as they say, right? So
In
we
some,
good.
in most cases, in most
Most
cases,
cases, yeah, that's true. It's not all the
yes,
time,
sir.
but
Yeah.
um, I wanted us to talk about just what we've learned, and I don't even have a number on it, but just things that we could think of, that what we have learned from our 20s right into now, and the growth we've uh, have from that, from being a father to being a man to just in all aspects, right? And so um, it's funny you said that, like, as far as I think you said earlier, as far as getting up earlier and things like that, right? And so
Yes.
that's one of the things I wanted to say was, for me, is I adopted really being intentional with reading. Um,
Okay.
Getting up in the morning as well, and if you have kids, sometimes it's not even by choice. You kind of have no choice but to get up at times. But reading, and honestly too, I'm starting to do that as well as reading, writing. And I think I was it the last episode, y'all. I was talking about how I'm me and my daughter, my youngest daughter, we've been teaching ourselves, or I'm kind of teaching her a sign language, right? So, but I've been really adopting reading, bro, because I remember in my 20s, I wasn't trying to read. You know what I mean? I was like,
Sure.
for what? Like, I just at the time for where I am, I'm like, I can just look it up, or someone could tell
Hmm.
me, or whatever. I'll just have like a quick glance, right? And I feel like that's what we do as people a lot of times is like
Yeah. True.
we'll see the highlight, we'll read the highlight. Oh, you know what? Don't eat tomatoes, it'll kill you, right? It's like, oh shoot, it'll kill you. But then, you read it and actually read the article, and at the bottom of the article it says, oh, it kills you when you mix tomatoes and I don't know,
Whatever
alcohol or
else.
something crazy,
It's
right?
context. It's
Yeah,
context.
right.
Much of context is taken out or added, and that's what throws
Exactly,
us off. Yeah,
exactly. The
even
context is
in
always
yeah,
removed.
but even a conversation, just person to person conversation, you can disconnect with someone because you heard them say something or they made a joke, but you didn't get the context of it. You didn't get the joke,
Facts.
and they didn't know that. But
Yeah,
unfairly, they were put aside or ghosted or whatever, however you treated it. It's like, man, if you just known what they were talking about, you'd have
yeah.
known they were giving you a compliment. They wasn't insulting you, so
No, that's
goes a
real,
long
bro.
way.
That's what that but that's something that I've realized for me, just really being able to enjoy, and what you said to like your spiritual growth is funny to me, like really diving into the Bible, really diving into financial books, um, self growth books, right? Things like that. Like and some of these books I've read before, but I'm just looking at certain things differently than I did
Sure.
because I didn't really read it, right? Like I said, like some of these I didn't really pay attention to in my 20s, so I'm just kind of glancing or reading here and there or reading a couple chapters and then I'm done with it. So I wanted to ask you, bro, just is there something like maybe that just from what I said that maybe sparked something for you that you did then as well that now you're
Let's
better.
open up this handy dandy, bro. Like I mean, you dropped so many jewels on my head, you know, verbally, and I think one of the main things is in your intro. Being present. The present state of mind for me is important. And when I was 20 years old, I spent most of the time of my active duty military time in my 20s. I turned 20 in basic training. So from 20 to 28, I was on active duty service. And during that time, there was things were moving so quickly, and I wasn't really present minded. And at moments there were uh, alcohol. At moments there were lots of distractions outside of my career.
Mm,
And I don't speak about it too much too often, but if anyone knew me or was around me at that time, I was in my mind, all right, I was that guy people wanted to be around. And that doesn't mean like everybody just had to be around me. But I was making myself available for lots of people, but at times forgot to make myself be available for myself. I, I didn't really include myself a lot of times. It was always, and even now, I tend to do that a little often. My wife just got on me about that. Hey, give yourself a little chance. Don't have such long conversations. Don't get so caught up in certain conversations with certain people because you don't really know how much you really need to give them because you're trying to get things out and they're pouring all these things into you, looking to you to try to help them or save them or redirect their life when you have so much going on. So as I get older, I'm realizing take time, slow down, be intentional, like you said, but also be aware of where I am in that conversation.
mm,
You can be
nah,
getting information from someone that's just about them. It has nothing to do with you.
mm,
They don't even ask you if you want to help. Like, hey, I want to just throw this information at you and just get you don't have any context. Like we said, you don't have any backstory outside of what they're telling you, right? And then it's like I gotta go, and it's
mm,
left to just be there, just be in the mind. So if I had a more present mind, I would be like, hold on, walk me through it, or let me make sure I got time in my schedule to even listen to you, because I have other things I could be doing right now. So
mm.
that's probably a
Well,
major part of the lesson I learned. Yeah, what's up?
well, it's funny too when you said that. Another thing that I realized as I've gotten older and matured and stuff, right, is keep my distance from people who only prioritize their needs over mine. right? It doesn't matter what role they play in my life, but at the end of the day, because and I'm not saying this like they should all be about me. I'm saying as far as I'm going to always try to be there for you. I'm always going to try to help you in the best way I can. But when the
Sure.
conversation or everything is strictly focused on you, then I know all you're going to do is take away from me, right?
Mm.
It's going to be a
Yes, sir.
one-sided relationship. And so that's something I learned because I dealt with that in my 20s, right? And that's something I've learned where it's like, I don't have time for that, right? I don't have time for, I'm like you said, constantly trying to help or fix, um, solve their issues. But then at the end of the day, when you are in need or you just want them to listen, you might not even want.
You can't even understand what I'm going through. I get your problem, but if I bring something to you, you're not even going to be able to comprehend it. So
you
absolutely,
know. And so
that's from my side. That's what made me like, oh yeah, that's true.
yeah, yeah. And so, so for me, that's something I realized just like at the end of the day, that's not, that's not going to really help me. And to, I guess, piggyback off of that, right? For us fathers, for us men, you're a single father, you're, whatever, you're just out there in the world dating. First of all, the dating game is crazy now, so I'm kind of glad I'm not in that because
No parts of it.
it's, it's wild. But
Want no parts of it.
something I would say, and I feel like this will help someone. So please lean in. Um, do not date while you're broken. When your life is chaotic, right? If you know that you're still trying to figure out stuff with your baby mama, why add extra to it, right? If you know that at the end of the day, and I'm not saying not today, I'm saying to figure that out, right? Figure that out. If you know
Sure.
you're going from house to house, right? If you know that you're going from check to check, right? Because let's be honest, when you're dating, it's basically another bill, right? And so, at the end of the day, make sure you are where you need to be first, and make sure you're in a good headspace. If you just got out of a good whatever 3-year relationship, or you're trying to win your baby mama back, right? Or you trying to whatever, or you was in this relationship, whatever it was, like you're gonna just cause more harm for yourself. And I think we don't give ourselves enough time to heal. I don't think we give ourselves enough time to really rebuild, right? Whatever fell apart. Um, because it's so easy to be like, oh well, this feels good at the moment. Oh yeah, you know what? She did this, uh, to me, and so I'm just gonna hurry up and move to this person. It's like no, give yourself time to heal. Oh, and what we'll do too, women do it, but men do it too. We're guilty of this, where the relationship didn't work out or whatever the case is, and then we want to jump right into the next relationship, right? And oh well, we gave it 2 months. Yes, you gave it 2 months, but you was
Sure.
with this girl for 5 years. You really think like you're in a good? Yeah, yeah, I'm good, man. I mean, it seems like it, but are you sure? Are you sure? Every time, I'm gonna be real with y'all, right? Anytime y'all doing y'all thug dizzle in the bedroom, things like that, you're also the things that you're broken with, you're passing it on to her, and vice
Passing
versa,
it right on. Yep.
right? You passing it right back. So just like you're not, just like with her, you don't want a chick that's all messed up dealing with all these different things, and then you're still trying to deal with her. You're like, hey, now if you want to help her with it, if you want to be a friend, if you want, yes, help her get through those issues, but make sure you're good first, right? If it's oh man, I got divorced and my ex wife is constantly just coming to the house, slashing tires, right? Acting crazy, blowing up my phone. Are you sure that's the best place to be in a relationship? And so I say that because I know for me, when I was hurting and things like that, right, I would try to jump to not even a relationship, just talk to the next person, entertain it, because at that time it made me feel good, but I never really healed. So then
Right.
I took on those things with me. The All I did was just add on to what I was already dealing with, right? So, oh yeah, I'm with this chick over here. We was together for X amount of time. We broke up. Now I'm with this chick. Okay, it only lasted a couple months, but the issues we had, now I'm taking that to the next relationship and the next relationship. So all it's doing is piling on, and I'm not realizing it. So I just say for us as men, make sure that and don't feel guilty about it. Oh man, You still haven't dated? You still not with no one else? No, right now I'm it's okay to be by
Finding
yourself.
myself. Yes,
Yeah.
find yourself.
You know,
You
it's
never.
it's
I was saying,
no,
I
no, go
interjecting on
ahead, go
that
ahead.
part. Like, you're not even, well, for one, going into any relationship broken, feeling mistreated, feeling misunderstood. That is some self reflection that you need to handle, which is where I was. Now, this is just perspective. I'm like really wanting. I gave advice for so long. I feel like, and now I'm more so giving perspective. So my perspective is from my experiences, and so in my earlier days, I did go into certain relationships, or I was missing certain things. So I figured, well, I can get this from this person, this from this person. I was just gathering those little pieces together, and it was like shredded pieces of paper. But women or people, even like my friends, were filling in spaces for me that I thought needed filled. And then I go back to my room, go back to my house, go whatever I was, and I look at these pieces of paper, and I'm like, contacts. Who are these people to me? I never got to really form real relationships until later on. Speaking about 20s under 30s, now I'm like really taking these relationships serious. That don't necessarily mean I have to do for or talk to every day, but really when I'm on the phone, when I'm talking to us, I'm meeting someone, I want to make sure that relationship is going to be something for us, not just me. When you do have when I've had relationships in the past, rarely thought about the other person, how it felt to them when I just leave the room, or how it felt to them. That's the relationship part, but like other casual relationships, people that know, I would do extra for. Even things like staying in the club longer than I really needed to, just to kind of make sure I'm still in the mix. Bro, I need to go home a long time ago. I know I had to work in the morning. I know I had things to do. I know I didn't have any more money, but I'm going to buy a drink, or know, help someone out. Go stop at the Waffle House and things like that. And I mean, this is just reflecting. I can do that now, as I'm here in this space. I say it takes a specific type of person to get me out the house. You being one of those people, but not everyone can get me out the house. Not everyone can get me to do things that I would do before.
Mm,
And I feel like in the relationship part, for those dads or whoever, even with your children, hey son, even with your children, we do it through social media, whatever the case may be. We compare our kid and what we think they can do to all these other kids, all these other pieces, all these other parts, and it's like you have to look and see what your kid is capable of. I'm a basketball coach. You're a basketball coach. I've been doing this for a while, and I can see the effects on people who have no clue what their child is capable of. Yet they want you to get it out of them. That's not my job. My job is to nurture that skill, to ensure that they're performing well on the court, on the field, wherever they are. Yes, sir. So that's something I had to learn as I got older. And actually, I shout out to Sean, shout out to Mr. Lowry, who's helped me really see that. And over time, I pray that we get our kids together, that we have more of these conversations, and really thankful that we are able to open up those wounds, and then help. Okay, I got this type of dressing, or I can help clean them in order to get through the healing process. Because many of us are broken and we need to heal. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, what's up? That's dope, man. But no, that's real, bro. And that made me also think of just because what you're saying, that's all something that I feel like a lot of us can relate to, and also like you said too, I do want to echo, I guess, what you said at the end of the day too. It's not even advice because that's not my thing. I'm not trying to come off that I'm better than anyone or anything like that. It's more so what I've experienced, what you've experienced. Now at the end of the day, if you're like, hey, you know what, I've been with this person for 10 years, and you know what, I moved on in 2 weeks and I was just fine. That's hey, to each his own, right? That if that works for you, cool. From my experience and other people that I know, at the end of the day, over time, they realize, hey, I needed more time to heal, right? I needed more time to heal, and just be conscious of not using it as, I might mess up this word. I think dopamine, right? Is that how you say it? Right. Just make sure you're not chasing that cheap, I guess, thrill or
Yeah, definitely.
fulfillment as far as, and people think, oh yeah, I need that with you're talking about with filling that up with drugs or drinking or no, like it could be video games. It could be like what I would do, right? I would entertain, right? Which something I had to learn, right? Like I would entertain um, conversations with people, and that was like my escape at times, right? I would entertain conversations just because I wasn't where I need that escape, right? And as I got older, I realized how to separate the two. I realized I could still have a conversation, but don't try to use that to not address the things that I got going on, right? And so
Sure.
just being conscious of that because I feel like when you use video games, we use drinking or again, our like actually let me just keep it 100 with us, right? As men, we'll use just
Yeah.
let's be honest, we'll use just messing with multiple women, right, to try to hide or mask what we need to be healed from.
Any sexual immoralities,
Right.
anything outside
Exactly.
of
Like, oh man,
what
I
we
have to
should be
mess with
doing.
her and her and her. And it's to make
Sure.
you feel good. But at the end of the day, afterwards, you feel bad after, right? You're like, dang, I shouldn't have even messed with her. Or, dang, I regret doing this. I regret doing
Guilt.
that, right?
Oof.
And, and, and now you're in a state of regretting because you're like, I know I should never even talk to her. And then I messed with her cousin after I messed with the homegirl where I just, right? And all these different things. And what that does,
And it's just falling in your lap, literally. Like it's just
yeah,
they're just
right?
allowing it to happen, just like you are.
Yeah. And now, but what that does too is now it makes us go in a depression state. And we don't even look at it like that. Like all of a sudden, like, dang, like normally I'm happy. Why I don't feel like doing nothing? Why am I just in the house? Why am I feeling down? And especially as men, we're gonna downplay it. So we're not even gonna realize we're in a depressed state. We're just gonna kind of, oh yeah, I'm
Sure.
just tripping. Oh man, you know what? Let me just hit up this chick right here, and then I'll feel better after, or let me go to the club, or let me drink, or right. That's stuff that I would do, not drinking, and I was never a drinker or a smoker, or nothing like that. But I would entertain certain things in my 20s because, because at the end of the day, that was my escape, and I didn't realize that. Like it hit me one day. I think I was like 27, 28, bro, where it really hit me, and I was like, dang, like I'm low key depressed. And I think was it 27, 28? Yeah, it was 27, 28, and then one time in 2017 where honestly I was in a dark place where I was like, man, what's the point of living type of situation, right? And one was financial,
Glad you're up out of
one
that, brother.
was because I felt like I wasn't accomplishing this. Again, I was 27, 28 at the time, but I've always had big dreams or I always had big goals. So I remember
Right.
being in the places like, I haven't accomplished this, so what's the point? Right? And getting in my head and things like that. So I want to also, just share that as well, man. I remember just like I said in my 20s, and even if some of y'all might be in your 30s, 40s, whatever, and still deal with that, and if you are, be conscious of those things, right? And make sure that you address it and
Please.
not downplay it.
I think, and I'll say along with that, it's okay to learn that you didn't know everything at that age or at your current state. And I'm not using that as like a therapist. It's okay. I'm really saying it's it's okay in terms of like you can always since you while you have a chance to live whatever you need to work out. Issues with your mom, issues with your dad, issues with your family members, issues within losing weight, gaining weight. Now getting a job or something, starting a new career, I don't know. Maybe you might be past that expiration date. But as far as other ways to have fulfillment in life, there are chances. There are people you can speak to, and even identifying what you actually know. Because you can be one track mind on something for the rest all of your life. All you knew was this way, whatever it is. And even if it's violence, all I know if a chick say something to me, I hit her, I yell, I shut down. Whatever those emotions are, there's other ways to go about it. It's always a choice. There's always different decisions you can make going forward. Now, if you so choose to stay in that space, well, it's likely you're going to get the same results. It's not like you're going to something's great was going to happen to you every time the way it would if you made those changes. Try it out. Really, like try out. Let me try things this way, one time.
True.
Let me change my diet, and I'm using that in a metaphoric term too. Like, let me change my diet. Let me change my plan today. 2 days in a row, I'm gonna get up early, go to the gym, and see how my body actually feels. Wow, I'm done in 20 minutes. I did the whole workout. I whatever I need to do. I'll try it again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll do legs. Tomorrow I'll do
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'll
No.
actually, instead of sending a text, I'll call that person or whatever it may be. And I think that I believe that makes a big difference as well.
No, I agree, bro. And it's funny you said that because even though you're like, the diet or whatever, but there's studies, right? If you, what you put in your body matters, right? Because at the end of the day, like, that's energy. So if I'm eating terrible all the time, then at the end of the day, that's going to be bad for me, right? So that's how I kind of look at it. Like, if I'm eating bad, then it's going to affect me. All of a sudden, it's like, dang, why I feel so drowsy today or weak, or I just feel tired or whatever the case is, right? So that's one of the things. And then working out, honestly, is therapeutic. If it's one of those things where you do have that aggression, where you do want to put hands on somebody or whatever the case is, right? Like, hey, you know what? When I work out, I get that aggression out. Or when you run, like just going out again. Maybe it's just me at this age, but going outside, walking for 30 minutes, and just looking at nature. Like it might even sound corny, but just looking at nature, bro, I'll be like, dang, I'll be really just like looking around, like, dang, this, like God really created this. Like this is dope. Like I just
We're,
looking
we're
at the
of
trees,
nature
looking at the
anyway.
birds,
We shouldn't be
huh?
in the house all day. That's I said we're of nature. We shouldn't be
Yeah,
in the house all day. We shouldn't be behind that screen all day. Like, we are already behind it in most cases.
true. On
I
our
recently
phones.
just seen a just seen a video. I don't know if I sent it to you, but I just seen a video. Jay Play Hard, I think that's his name on IG.
Mhm.
He's great with those types of messages. So hopefully y'all can check that out and see the content he has. And he recently just spoke about that, um, going outside on the grass and going barefoot and just walking around, getting your feet feel. It's an actual spiritual scientific method behind it.
That's dope.
And if you're already, I say why not? Whatever you're going through, why not? Why not just try herbal things, or why not just try? I don't know. Again, anything that is not is doing you harm. If you could try to go without it, if you're not in an addictive mode or addictive phase, you should definitely try it out.
Yeah,
That's my
I mean,
recommendation.
even if even as like I said, walking or working out, like what I've noticed is like by me working out and doing certain things, like I would get on my son to do push-ups or whatever, but he see me now, he competing, so I'm being that example now. So he wants to do what I'm doing, right? It's easy for us. Oh man, I was tired. I had work or I had this. Man, y'all go on y'all tablets. Just go on y'all tablets right now, or y'all play the video game, right? And like that's cool, but then like don't be mad when you're like, hey, you know what, go outside and play. They're like, Dad, you never go outside. Like, what do you mean? You literally on the couch on your phone all day, and you're mad at me. Well, you a kid, you should go out. But at the end of the day, we have to understand we're setting an example in all phases, right? Everything we're doing, we're setting examples. And so I look at it like that too, is like we have to understand, like, we have to make our life 100% our responsibility, right? As a parent, if our kids are
Facts.
acting a certain way, it has to fall on us. Why is our kid acting like this? Oh, well, I told him this and this and this. Okay, are we leading by example? Like, let's check out these boxes, right? Are we leading by example? Okay, check. Okay, are we having conversations with them, or are we just thinking that one way of talking to them is going to solve everything? Because like for me, I have 4 kids. I can't talk to them all the same, right? Okay, check that box. Boom. Okay. Am I seeing, okay, they're struggling in this area, so I'm giving them the proper help in this area? Okay, check, right? Like, understanding that it's our responsibility. That's one thing too. I never did this, but I knew a lot of people in their 20s that did. and that was blame everyone else. Oh man, like my mom was like this. Oh man, my dad was like this. Oh, you know what? Well, shoot, I didn't grow up with hot water. Oh man, you know what? Well, you know, the homie got locked up, and that's why I couldn't pursue my dreams. It's like, okay, at a certain point, those excuses no longer matter. Like, it
Hmm.
sucks that, hey, you know what? You was adopted and you just found out when you was 12 years old, and you was hurt by it. Then yeah, that's why I whatever, I have trust issues. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
did you get the proper help to address that? No, but well, now this
You
is
just
on
want
you.
it. You want it. It's almost as if you want it like that.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what? I wasn't taught this, I wasn't taught that, and everyone else was taught that. Okay, did you ever
Mm.
look into reading some books about it? Did you ever take some classes on it? Well, no, I didn't. No, I ain't gonna do all
True.
that because why? Why not? Oh, the hood is all I know. Well, do you want to get? Yeah, I want to get out the hood, but no one showed me. Okay, well, what do you want to do? Like, let's look at the options so you could. Oh no, I'd rather just chill with the homies. So it's like at the end of the day, we
Yeah,
had.
and that's
I
fine.
learned like
If that's
even
what you
now, right?
want to
There's
do.
there's
Yeah.
there's us now in our 30s, 40s, 50s that's not taking responsibilities for our lives. As men, we have to stop blaming others and understand we had to take control of our life. The reason why you're in this situation is because you put yourself in that situation. No, no, no. My baby mama is this, but you picked her. Well, at that time, you still picked her. Like at the end of the day, like those signs might have been there, and you just ignored it because she looked good. You saw her at the club. Okay, well, oh well, but you don't understand. My boss is this way. Well, quit. No, I can't quit because, I mean, can you find a similar job? Yeah, but see, I got in because the homie connected me with this job. Okay, so that means you need to go to school for it then. Yeah, but I can't go to school. So all I'm hearing is the things you can't
Yeah.
do
It's gonna just
instead of
keep
being
running.
responsible. Oh well, he's not
Yeah.
even doing right. If I had this business, I would be. So start your own business. No, I don't want because I have to take a student loan. Or I have to take a business loan. So you don't want to bet on yourself. So all I'm hearing is right, and again, if y'all feeling attacked, it's probably more so just something because it's something internal. Because I'm not really calling out
I
nobody,
love that word.
right?
I love
Like
it
I'm
too.
not calling out no one. This is more so just hey, at the end of the day, we have to be responsible for ourselves. Oh man, well my relationship is like she
Yeah,
treats
it's
me bad.
applicable
He treats me
all
bad.
over the place.
What you
Sure.
say, bro?
Oh, it says it's applicable in all aspects, but I
Yeah,
do feel
right.
like everyone watching this show, the reason that you're watching is because you may need to draw. It don't have to be about you. It could be
Yeah,
about someone you know, and
true.
you getting that perspective and understanding that you're not going through it alone. You're not the only one that's gone through it. It's okay. That's back to it's okay.
Yeah,
Now, now. It's
yeah.
the now. It's the next. Now that I have this knowledge or this information, what am I going to do with it?
What do I
Now that
do?
I am in my 30s, pushing
Yeah.
40s, what am I going to do with that? Am I going to continue being this way, this size, this mentality? Not I need to do this yet. I'd rather do that. We
Hey,
need to
this
get it
this is
together.
this is another one too, right? It's like my parents did this, so that's why. My family did this, that's why.
Yeah,
So,
I've done
I'm
that.
I'm
I've
supposed to.
I've hung my parents out to dry.
I mean, sometimes,
Unfortunately,
but right because at the end of the day, it's like, or shoot, I'm in this terrible relationship because that's what my parents said I was supposed to be with them. So why you let them map out your life? Oh well, because but they treat you terrible. Yeah, but they have a really good job, and they do. No, my dad, he always wanted me to be with. He told me to be with the baddest of the baddest. Yeah, but she with everybody. So how bad is she? But you don't understand, bro, and like it looks
yeah.
good. Like on Instagram, bro, I got the trophy wife, bro. Like it looks good. Like okay, like that's again. So don't be upset when she's out here running the streets, right? Like so again, I'm saying all that, y'all, just to more so, hey, we have to be responsible for ourselves and the choices that we make. Again, if that's what you're cool with, good. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're good with whatever situation you're in, that's great. If you're not cool with it and you want it to really change, that means it's up to you to change it. No matter how many people you talk to, no matter what YouTube thing you see, you have to actually take action. That's something that I learned because I was in terrible relationships. I was in terrible jobs. I was a lot of the things I'm saying, I'm also talking about myself, right? So I had to
Yeah.
decide this is not what I want for myself, which is hard. It's not easy at all because, especially in our 20s, but even now, it's not easy for some of us because, again, that is all we know. Oh man, my dad wasn't around. Okay, your dad wasn't around, but you know you shouldn't be a terrible dad, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. I know, but I mean, he wasn't around, so I don't really know. Okay, so surround yourself. That's something else that I learned. Surround yourself with people who you want to be like. Surround yourself with people that are ambitious, motivated people, people that are obsessed with improving their life, right? Your circle should discuss more about maybe I don't know, money moves, businesses, family, whatever it is that you, because if you really think about it, your circle is going to be a reflection of you. So if you're just chilling with the homies all day playing Madden, most likely that's what y'all talking about, right? Playing Madden.
You're right.
But yeah, bro,
No, that's
that's
beautiful
that's
insight.
just stuff. That was just stuff that that at least for me. I know I said a lot. That's a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
for
No,
me
no,
that
you cooking.
in my 20s, bro. That and even now, maybe some of us now, but that's something that I've um I guess realized, and even now in my 30s, which I think I've shared this with y'all before, but social media, right? Like y'all, I think a lot of y'all know I'm not big on social media, but just because it gives you a false reality, and you start comparing, right? You start comparing and be like, dang,
Yeah.
he got a Bentley, dang, he went to Italy, you know,
She is verified.
yeah.
Why aren't I verified? You know,
Oh, this girl, man,
I
why my
don't have
girl
this
don't look
person
like
commenting
this?
under my picture.
What
Yeah.
you said, bro?
And it could be something. I said, you know, it can be just somebody commenting. Um, I have I've done episodes with people who have tens of thousands of followers, million followers on YouTube. I have 100. Like I don't need that to validate me.
Mm,
I like I like being the person I am because I can reach out to these people and they understand it's genuine.
mm,
I'm more settled in with that. So if nothing else, when I lay my head down at night, you know, my kids are fed. Hopefully my wife ain't mad at me. You know, I can live with that. I can do without the what social media brings, which
mm,
a lot of times is a false sense of reality. They want you to feel like you need that, and I think you're giving social media a lot whenever you're even watching it. You're following these accounts. Following 1,000 accounts is crazy. Like I really can't comprehend why I follow so many accounts, but I
mm,
do. I don't know if I'm just sitting them to watch something or be entertained later on. I don't know, but over the years I have started to decrease and unfollow or remove my viewing pleasures so I can focus on what I need to focus on.
mm,
So that's something that in the 20s era, yeah, I'm trying to follow everything that looked good, everything that everyone else liked. I want to be a part
mm,
of it. As I get older, that conditioning. We talk about conditioning. I'm conditioned to see something I really shouldn't be watching, and I'm gonna shut it off. It's like, oh, because you can report it, you can say you're not interested. There's ways to go around these things. Or guess
mm,
what? You can just delete the account. You can delete it. You can just walk away from it. You can deactivate
mm,
it. You have those choices. So that's why I feel like for myself, and you know, I'll
mm,
kind of leave it with that because I know you spoke a lot of things I was going through myself.
yeah.
Use choose wisely, whatever those choices are, because they're going to affect you either way. There's going to be consequences too. The consequence could be a positive for you, but it's also, man, I don't need to play the game as long no more. That was my getaway. What do I fill that space in with? I'm going to school now. It's gonna cost me money, but I'm probably gonna make more money once I complete it. Got to give something up to get something. So I'll
Real.
leave with that.
No, that's real, bro. I just wanted to ask you too, just real quick as well, like you
Yeah.
said. So in your early 20s or whatever, if would you have been caught, like you say, you're not tripping on it now, but at that time, you being able to speak with people with
Hmm.
a million followers, having likes, having whatever it is, would you
Hmm.
been caught up in that? You think um, now, like
Oh, back
if
then.
if you was able to talk to that person that had like a million followers at 24, would you been
Yeah.
like tripping out like, oh shoot, like
Would I attach a little bit differently? But I'll just be to be real. I kind of always been me because I never
Mm,
wanted a spotlight. But I enjoy being around the spotlight. I enjoy
gotcha,
being able to access the light. I
yeah,
know where the switch is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Some people don't even they can't even get in the arena.
mm,
Meanwhile, I got a homie, shout out to Pierre. He just did I mean, it's a Tubi movie, but he just did a movie. He
that's
produced a
dope.
movie. This is a guy 10 years ago I was, in Japan with, you know what I'm saying? Like we lived our lives together. Now this man is a real actor. So to see him, which is the name of the movie, that's a plug. When I see him on the screen, I'm like, yeah, that's my dog. I'm rooting him on. I'm not like, man, we need to do this and do this together. 'Cause we already
Yeah,
did an episode. We've already linked up. We already had a good time together. You know what I'm saying? So now going forward, when we do link again, it's not, oh, I need to be around you or nothing like that. I gotta go to the premiere and show with you. No,
yeah,
if I can't see you or link with you again, I'm just thankful to be in your presence for that
yeah,
moment. People call it glazing or whatever it may be. Yet these are a lot of times the same people who do follow a lot of people, who do idolize and who do look at other people's lives and say, "Wow, I want to be like that." You don't even know what your life is like now. So how are you going to be
yeah,
like someone else or try to follow their path? And that's one thing I've gotten out of because I did spend so much time in my 20s following, chasing, wanting to be a part of. And though I have a little bit of it in me to like, I just need to grind a little harder. I need to post a little more. I need to upload a little. No, honestly, if I don't handle things I need to handle at home, I'm never even gonna get to do any of those things. So that's probably where the difference is.
yeah,
Being in that age, I'm not thinking about other people that I need to be thinking about. I'm thinking about me and how I can be a part of whatever movement is going on. I mean, you talking the baggy clothes, well, that baggy clothes era is coming back around, but where people were like, when I associate cars, like the
yeah,
Chargers and the Challengers, when those were big, I never
yeah,
really wanted to be one of those people. I
mm,
wanted something else, and I think that's kept me grounded. That's
yeah,
kept me on an even
mm,
in an even trajectory.
yeah.
So, and I
That's
take
dope.
heat and pride in that
No,
for
I
sure.
like that, man. And
And
what I'll
yourself,
say,
man, how are you? Oh yeah, go ahead.
oh no, no, what are you gonna say, bro?
Just throw that question back to you.
Well, see, what I was gonna say is something I learned and something I'm implementing in my kids as well. Because right when you're younger, you're not really thinking like that. But the people that are for you are gonna root for you, right? It's not going to be, like you said with your boy. Congratulations to him doing producing and things like that. Have his film and things and you're really just happy for him. Like it's not no type of agenda, nothing like that. And
Mm-mm.
so something I learned is just like people that are for you are going to rock for you, right? It's not going to be one of those things where you're constantly having to chase them down. Because I've had people like that, right? Where I'm constantly chasing them down, or I feel like I'm bothering them, right? Or I feel like, it almost comes off like they're doing me a favor, right? Um, and I learned that, like, man, why am I like? It started to feel like a one-sided relationship, right? It's like, dang, like you know what? I'm willing to take risk. I'm willing to go over and
Yeah.
beyond for you, but yeah, you don't want to do that for me. And so that's
And
something
I
that
don't really need you like that. I just
exactly
to be
right.
real.
But
I can
it took
do.
me a while to to realize that. Even now, there's been times, right, with either, friends, family, of course, because you want to give them the benefit of doubt and things like that, right? And then it's hard, especially when it's family, right? Or just because at the end of the day, especially if it's someone you really care about, cutting ties and be like, you know what, I'm not going to go this extra mile. I still care for you, but I'm not gonna go this extra mile anymore. What were you about to say? Oh, you got a little man. But no, bro. So that's pretty much it,
Yeah, it's
man. I
bedtime,
just
man.
wanted to share that with y'all. I know we
No
had to get
doubt.
some
No,
from
that was great, bro.
man. He's gonna be great, dog. It's gonna be great. So,
Thank you.
but no, with that being said, y'all, we appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm gonna make sure I put your stuff on again, bro. So y'all
Okay.
can check out his content, as well. And yeah, bro, just which is dope, man. Just um, you being a dad, you being an example, and even now, I know, little man, wants you to be in daddy mode right now, and so
You know what I'm
just you
saying?
taking the time out, man, it is dope. Hey,
All
hey, my
good,
God.
bro.
So for those that's watching, you can see the handsome young king over there.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
But yeah, like, what's up? But but no, y'all,
Khalid,
like like always, make sure you like, you subscribe, and remember, what's up, man? What's up? He's signing off too, y'all. You hear him signing
he's
off too.
signing off for me.
But like always, you don't have to be perfect, but you always have to be present. See y'all on the next one.